You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, you know that Sophia Choi and Tate Black's baby is due in a few weeks, like 6 or 8 weeks, I think. She was at around 6 months, I think, when all the high blood pressure stuff happened. And the teenagers have been eager to put their baby up for adoption for a while now. But will that change once the tyke is born, he or she, or even before the birth? Because as Tate spends more time together with Sophia while she's on bed rest, things could twist and they could change their minds and decide to keep the baby. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and let's talk about Tate and Sophia and whether they alter their decision, which of course would probably thrill her mom, Amy Choi. And of course, Tate and Sophia were super bummed when Johnny DiMera decided that he wasn't ready to become a father. He shocked his wife Chanel and everybody else when he abruptly said the adoption was off and he refused to sign the papers. That earned Johnny a punch in the face from Tate, but now things have cooled off, things are chilling out, and of course Tate and Sophia do understand not being ready to have a child because that's kind of where they were at. And now, as the mother-to-be turns 18 this week, Tate reminds Sophia she no longer needs her mother Amy's permission to place their child up for adoption. But we're wondering if Sophia or Tate or both of them change their mind and decide to keep their baby. We got a lot to unpack. Let's dive right in. So, Days of Our Lives recent episodes have Sophia and Tate absolutely distraught when Johnny told them in front of Chanel, "We're not going to adopt your baby." However, fans on Soap social media also noticed, and I noticed in these episodes as well, that Tate looked kind of hesitant when it was his turn to sign the adoption papers. He ultimately did sign on the dotted line, but he just looked a little, I don't know, bothered by the idea of it being official, like it was eating at him somehow. And if you remember, Sophia also was super excited when she felt the baby kick for the first time, and Tate was there with her, and she put his hand on her belly, and she and he both together felt the baby kicking. If you've ever been pregnant, or if your wife has, and you get the hand on there, you know the thrill of that moment, that confirmation that there's life in there when you can feel it, So it was a really, really sweet moment between the teen parents to be. And Days fans have known for a while now that Sophia had totally fallen for Tate and she wanted to have a real relationship with him going all the way back a year ago. Remember prom 2024 when poor Sophia thought that Tate was her real date. And if you remember, Aaron took Holly because Tate and Holly weren't allowed to date because of the whole drug and Tate's arrest and all that, and the parents not getting along. And I just remember last year when Sophia found out that Tate was her fake date, she was crushed. So then fast forward, they get another chance, before she got pregnant and how she got pregnant, because after Holly took off and Tate and Sophia started dating, things were kind of going along all right, but then Tate blew it and he called her Holly during an intimate moment when they were in bed together. And of course, don't forget that Sophia's uber religious mother, Amy, was adamant that Tate needed to marry her pregnant daughter, and he and Sophia raised the baby together, and that wasn't sitting well with them. And it was only after Tate and Sophia found Johnny and Chanel as the prospective adoptive parents, and they convinced Amy that those two would be good parents, that she finally agreed to let Sophia and Tate sign over the baby for the young DiMera couple to adopt on Days of Our Lives. And now that Sophia is on partial bed rest, we've seen Tate being there for her. He's doting on her. Of course, both of them are concerned about Sophia's safety as well as the baby's safety. If you ever had it, high blood pressure during pregnancy can be really serious. It can be fatal. So this week, while he's very concerned, we also have Tate celebrating Sophia's 18th birthday. She's missed these milestones. She's missed prom. There's a lot of stuff at risk for her, but they are going to have a nice birthday thing. And And with her officially a legal adult, Tate and Sophia can pursue plans to give their baby up for adoption, whether Amy Choi likes it or not. However, we kind of think all this time that Sophia's spending with Tate may shift things in a couple of ways. For one, Sophia and Tate may decide that they want to date, give a real relationship a real try, because, his ex-girlfriend Holly seems to be more and more into Doug Williams 3, and even if she's not necessarily as into him as Tate thinks, the bottom line is he does think that. And we know Tate did want a second chance with Holly, but he has seen Doug and Holly interacting and he thinks they are, into each other. He feels a little threatened by it. So Tate may just walk away from it. He just may give up on the fight to win Holly back. And of course, Sophia doesn't want to play second fiddle to her ex-bestie Holly, but we could see things shift if she believes that he's really past his ex, and Tate may develop genuine feelings for Sophia as they prepare for the upcoming birth of their baby, which they're still planning to adopt, but anything can shift at any moment with this because they have the right to change their mind. You can even change your mind, I think, after I think there's a little take back period, at least in a lot of states. So, of course, Tate and Sophia both want to attend college. They want to achieve their dreams, live their best lives. However, if Tate and Sophia fall for each other and they bond at the end of the pregnancy and during the birth of their baby, things could change. We could see Tate and Sophia both decide, you know what? It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. We're kind of young to be parents, but we could raise this child together. And they could think that, especially if they have a lot of support from their families, which it seems pretty evident that they do. We all know Amy Choi would love to see Sophia raising the baby with Tate. Now, I will say, while there's a potential for Sophia and Tate to change their mind about the adoption, I don't see them running off to the courthouse and getting married next week. I mean, the baby thing is real, but the marriage thing may be too young for that. Obviously, Amy would like it to happen. But also, Tate's dad, Brady, and a bunch of others in Tate's family, I think would absolutely support whatever he decided to do about the kid. They would welcome the baby into the family. I think Teresa would be fine with it. I think people would be very accepting. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? Will Tate and Sophia fall in love and decide that they want to raise their baby together?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.